He is a self-made 9-figure entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and real estate powerhouse who built an empire from the ground up. And that's what really motivates me about this story. Brandon talked about it earlier, from a small town in Garnerville, Iowa, to putting on events like this and, running companies that are going to be worth billions and billions of dollars. Our next speaker has done that. Starting from poverty, starting from nothing, and creating a 9-figure business. And he's gonna reveal exactly how he did it and how you can do it too. This is From Trailer Park to Triumph. Please give a big Brand Ventures welcome to Todd Pultz.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
By dances? No by dances?
Oh, you cut it off too early. I guess we can't dance. Listen, before I came out, my team, they said, Todd, don't dance. I said, I'm good, I can dance. But I didn't. Listen, you guys have probably seen that this isn't just another business conference. What Kevin Harrington, the Big Brand Ventures team, has put together, this is a movement. And I'm excited to be here. And I appreciate them inviting me to be on this stage today. And if you guys are pumped, if you guys are hyped, if you guys are ready for the rest of the events, if you're ready to listen to Kevin, Tim's story, more from Brandon, more from the team, I need you to do me a favor. On the count of 3, I want you guys to make some noise. We're going to scream. We're going to clap. You guys are going to act like we're not getting ready to go to lunch. We're going to make a lot of noise, and we're going to let the Big Brand team know that we love what they've put together. But more than that, we're going to let them hear us down on Broadway, and we're going to let them know that today it's going down in the Woolworth Theater. You guys do that for me? All right, man. On the count of 3, you guys ready? Now, don't listen. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. This is a full production. We don't get a second take. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, my guy right there. Yep. Let's go. You guys hear him up top? Nobody's standing up top. They're lazy as could be. Lazy as could be. All right, all right. Tony's hype. Tony, you hype? That's my girl if you guys want lip gloss. Listen, I do have 2 favors to ask of you guys. They're pretty simple. Do you guys mind doing me a couple favors? Can everybody do me a couple favors? Everybody shaking here, everybody saying yes? You have no idea what I'm going to ask you to do yet. All of you are shaking your head yes, and the first minute you decide to trust me. You decide to blindly say, yes, Todd, I'll do your favors. Now, they didn't ask me to come talk about the art of persuasion or closing a deal, but if I did, mic drop, I'm done for the day. Listen, the first favor is this. If you guys post online, if you tag in social media, tag me one time, okay? So that I can follow you, so that I can follow your journey, so that I can root for you along the way. And I mean that. I really enjoy doing that. I'm a hype guy. I like seeing others win. The second favor is the big one. If I promise you to give everything that I got today, if I give you all of me for the next 30 minutes, will all of you guys do that for me? And will you let me hear it? And let me feel it if I touch on something or I say something that hits right. Just give. And let me feel the love back that I'm getting ready to pour into you guys. Can you do that for me? All right, man. Let's go. Now listen, I want to start with something that all of us in this room share in common. We all know what it is, but sometimes we forget about it. Or maybe we just don't fully understand the meaning. See, we all get 3 guarantees in life. No matter who we are, no matter where we come from, no matter our religion, our sex, our race, we all get the same 3 guarantees. We get a date that we were born. We get a date that we leave this earth. But between those dates is a dash, guys. A tiny line, a small thing. And that dash represents everything that you will ever do. It's your entire life. Every relationship, every conversation, every laugh, every heartbreak, every risk, every failure, every win, and every person that you have ever impacted. The crazy part is you and I don't get to decide how long that dash is. But we do decide what our dash stands for. And what I would ask you guys right now, what will your dash stand for? Because one day when our time runs out, someone's going to look at our stone with our name on it and those 2 dates. And the only thing between those dates is going to be that tiny line, that small, often overlooked thing, that dash. And I pray they'll say, that dash changed lives. Now I'd like to tell you about my dash. You guys will allow me to do that today. Is that okay? My dash started in the subsidized projects of Dayton, Ohio. From the projects or Dayton? Okay, DYT, little Gym City fan. I love it. I didn't grow up around wealth or business owners or opportunity. I grew up with broken down cars, roaches, drunks, domestic violence. I was surrounded by struggle. My parents didn't teach me about financial literacy, how to manage a credit card, how to handle a checkbook, the importance of a credit score, or even how to shave. We didn't say I love you in the trailer. We didn't hug. We didn't show affection in the trailer. And before I even had a chance to dream, life hit me hard as a youth. See, when I was 6 years old, I was molested by my neighbor. When I was 8 years old, it happened again. I was molested by another neighbor. The crazy part is that my parents knew about everything because my older brother had saved me on one of the occasions. And I had told them what had happened. I had told them everything. But they didn't call the police. They didn't protect me. They didn't comfort me. They didn't give me any help. They did absolutely nothing. And I was left to process and deal with those traumatic events on my own. And I have to tell you guys, it was painful. That pain and betrayal that I felt created a version of me that didn't trust anybody. I built walls that kept others out. I was quick to detach from anyone getting too close. I buried my pain deep and I created a fake facade. Athletics became the only thing that kept me pushing. So I went at sports 100 miles an hour, and I survived by being angry at the world. But then came adulthood. I carried all of that pain into my adult life. That anger became my drive. I worked like a madman, chasing success, getting promotions, graduating the police academy, and entering law enforcement. But guys, deep down, I wasn't chasing money. I was running from pain. Now, fast forward to 2011, which is about the same time my beautiful wife, Lisa, and I started dating. She's up there. You can't see her. Lights are bright. Now, I'll be the first to tell you, I have no idea why she started dating me. But she did. Looking back, I think she did all right. You know, we're doing good. But at that point in my life, my first house was being foreclosed on. And my credit score also had a dash in it. But that dash was in front of the numbers, not between them. Now, I'm not here to talk to you about my credit score, well, maybe a little bit. But that's not what this presentation is about. But I got to ask you guys, anybody ever seen a credit score with a dash in front of it? My Dayton guy, you've seen it, right? Like, that's Gym City, yes? No? Nobody. You guys are going to leave me on stage by myself and say I'm the only one that ever had a credit score with a dash in front of it. Liars. Close to it? That only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes, my guy. Well, anyway, I had a credit score in front of it, and you screwed my next part up because somebody would say yes, and I'd ask you a question. You guys have destroyed that. But that dash in front of your credit score, it means negative. Trash. You suck. Nobody is giving you money. Not today, not tomorrow, not anytime soon, no bank, no lender. McDonald's, they won't even let you play their Monopoly game. It is not good. It's not good at all. See, it wasn't because I wasn't making any money. I just had no idea what to do with the money that I was making. And to make matters worse, my wife and I were laying on our couch together one evening and the tow truck pulled up. Tow truck pulled into the driveway. Now listen, I knew why it was there. I knew immediately why it was there. I hadn't paid my card note. And again, it wasn't that I didn't have a job and that I wasn't making any money. I just had no idea what to do when I made that money and what to do with it. I found myself alone, sitting anger, bitter, pissed off at the world and blaming everybody. My parents, my friends, my sports coaches. I even blamed God. And I found myself asking, why me? But guys, then came the pivot. I realized in that moment in 2011 that nobody was coming to save me, that my past didn't define me, but it could absolutely be what rebuilds me. I developed a maxed out mindset that could break through any ceiling, that could crack any barrier. I stopped asking why me, and I started asking why not me. And that single question changed everything. Every ounce of anger, pain, and shame, I turned it into rocket fuel to change my life. Because at that point in my life, I was ready to be a better friend, a better father, a better husband. I was ready to be a man. From a trailer to a mansion, from foreclosure to a real estate empire, from repossessed cars to Lamborghinis, from a broken boy to a builder, a leader, a father. And as I stand before all of you in this room, I stand here as a 9-figure entrepreneur. But make no mistake about it. Thank you. I wasn't born into rooms like these, and nothing started with money. And I was absolutely built from broken. But it started the moment I decided I would never allow pain to write my story again. Now let's talk about you guys. The leaders in this room. This room is filled with incredible entrepreneurs. We have some real warriors and savages in this room. I can feel it. I can see it. But I also know there are some folks in this room that are hoping and wishing for more. Some people that have run into a roadblock or two, and you're looking for a way to get beyond it. See, all of you in this room have already done something incredible. You've built something from nothing. You have fought battles that others were too afraid to fight, and battles that others didn't even understand. Now, I travel the country training and mentoring CEOs and leaders from various industries. And along my journey, I've found there are 3 common barriers that keep great leaders from being legends. And I want to share those with you guys today. The first barrier is comfortable success. See, when you were just starting out, you were hungry. You were unstoppable. Nothing could stand in your way. But as your company grew and you got comfortable, you also became cautious. And guys, I'm here to tell you that comfort always kills greatness. So ask yourself this question. Have I started protecting what I built instead of chasing what's possible? Now let's go church style. Brandon made you do it. I'm going to make you do it. Close your eyes for me real quick. If you're in this room right now and you know that you've slowed down just a little bit, let me see what I'm working with. Raise your hand. If you're in this room right now and you know that you're not giving 120% every single day, every minute, every hour, every day, let me see a hand. I see these hands. I see them popping around. Nobody cheat. Guys, if you're not giving everything that you got right now, raise your hand high. Be honest about it. Don't be embarrassed. Be aware. I'm here to tell you that you guys got more to give. What are you holding back for? Who are you saving it for? Who are you trying to impress? Why? I'm telling you, get it all out. Go for greatness. Reach for the next rung. Guys, you can have it all, but you have to go get it on your own. Guys, the second barrier is fear of risk at scale. See, when you were small, you'd take any bet, any challenge, any risk. But as your company grew and fear set in, it was because now you have employees, you have payrolls, you have reputations. You become the absolute net for everything, and that scares you. But I want you to remember this. The same fear that creeps into your ear as you grow is the exact same voice that kept you from having anything in the first place. Guys, fear doesn't go away. But at some point, we become louder than fear itself. Oh, the third one. The third barrier. This is the big one. And everybody in the room knows what this is. You probably, when I put this slide up, I would venture to say that at least 3/4 of the room went to the third one, the isolation at the top. Because everybody in this room knows what it feels like. Most of you in this room have probably said this a time or two, but we cannot skip over it. And we have to talk about it again today. The higher you climb, what? The lonelier it gets. That's the truth. You stop being challenged. People stop questioning you. Nobody's looking over your shoulder. And everyone around you either works for you or needs you, and everyone around you tells you yes, and they tell you what you want to hear. But guys, iron sharpens iron. And you can't sharpen yourself with applause, thank you cards, pats on the back, emojis in your social media. You need people in your life that will tell you the truth. So ask yourself, who do I have in my life right now that will call me out before I crash? Who do I have in my life that consistently will call me on my shit? Now, I'm fortunate. I have several. My wife, she happens to be the best at it. Now, she doesn't get no applause. You stop that. Besides always finding ways to creatively humble me, and humble me in ways that I didn't know existed, I know 100% of the time that she will always call me on my shit, no matter what. Me being on this stage right now is the most recent example. Guys, when I'm going to go before a crowd, I take it serious. I spend hours. I want to craft a message that I think will deliver well to the group that I'm going to be in front of, and Nashville was no different. That's what I did. And then when I had it all together, I went downstairs, and we have a steam shower. I went to the steam shower for 2 reasons. One, I like the steam shower. But number 2, it has an echo effect. It has steam. So I put on my walkout song. I hit record. I let the steam out of the door. I walk in. Nashville, I had arrived. And I record myself. That's not funny. I did good. After it was done, I went back. I put my intro music on the video. I listened to it again myself, and I said, this shit's great. It was good. I go up to bed. My wife's getting ready to fall asleep, and I said, hey, babe, will you listen to this before you go to bed? She's like, sure. We get 2 minutes into it, and she was like, I don't love it. It's okay. I don't know that it made sense, but sure, go ahead. Go to Nashville with that. Now, guys, I want you to understand I would never put my hands on my wife. I do not believe in domestic violence. But, if I did, that night would have went a little bit differently. But after I had time to check my ego and really think about what she said, I went back to the drawing board, I recrafted my message. I didn't use everything she said. I used some of it, but not all of it. And I recrafted my message because I realized that part of my message to you guys was exactly what pissed me off in that moment, was that you have to have people in your life that will call you out before you crash. One of my good friends, great friends, is a famous comedian, Donnell Rawlings, Ashley Larry from The Chappelle Show. Anybody know him? All right, I got some older people in the room. I know you watch Chappelle Show. Stop being bored. So a couple weekends ago, I'm at the store. I'm going to get me a couple new suits, and I sent him a picture of me in suits. And guys, I don't dress up. If you watch my social media, I'm raw as it gets. Under Armour, Air Force Ones, Nikes, like that's me. That's who I am. I sent him a couple pictures, and he's a great dresser. Every time I watch him perform, he's so clean. He's so sharp. I said, man, what do you think about this? He said, Todd, you can't do it. He said, you look like every Midwest guy that has a pair of brown dress shoes. So he sent his stylist down from New York to get me tailored, to give me some new suits. And they flew me some shit in because he said, I'm not letting you go to Nashville like that. So anyway, shout out to Donnell. He got me some new clothes. Otherwise, you guys would have me in Under Armour. But guys, these 3 barriers, I hate this thing. All right, these 3 barriers, comfort, fear, and isolation, they are the silent killers of potential. They have the ability to rob you of your edge if you allow them. But there's good news. Guys, there's great news. You can break yours the same way that I broke mine. And if you learn how to manipulate these barriers into the accelerants that they need to be, they can be the most powerful tools on your tool belt. I promise. Now, I really believe and I preach that there are 3 things that determine how far you'll go in business and life. I call them the 3 C's. Guys, the first one is clarity. And clarity is so powerful. Clarity is what creates our momentum. See, you can't build what you can't define. And if I was to pull all of your employees off the side, and I took a survey of them right now, and I said, explain to me what your company mission is, would they give me the exact same answer that you guys would sitting in this room? Think about it. Be honest about it. Would they? You can let me see your heads. Yes? No? Who feels confident that they would? If not, your clarity has leaked from your business. And guys, you will spin your wheels trying to plug a leak that you will never, ever be able to plug. See, clarity isn't about goals, it's about direction. And when your direction is clear, discipline becomes automatic. Our goal should always be to make success and discipline automatic, but it starts with clarity. Number 2 is capacity. Capacity isn't about just doing more. It's about becoming more. And guys, the only way to scale capacity is through leadership. Your people will never outgrow your vision, but you must be the visionary. You guys hear me on this? Hear me again. Write this shit down. Actually, you can take a picture. Your people will never outgrow your vision, but you must be the visionary. Guys, being a visionary isn't just about delegating tasks. It's about distributing beliefs, thoughts, and dreams to everyone around you, society, your family. If you guys want to build a legacy, if you want your company to go from good to great, from great to amazing, from amazing to legendary, if you want to build an empire, you have to start pouring your vision into your people like they pump oxygen into the Vegas casinos. Do it. Don't wait. And they need it from you. Your employees need it from you. They need your energy. They need your vibe. They need a leader that they can follow. Be the leader that they want to follow, not the boss that they have to obey. Be the leader that employees, your family, and everybody around you will be loyal to. Be the leader that they will run into war with locked arms with you on and not ask any questions other than how much ammo do you think we should bring? Guys, that's leadership. And that is the only way to scale capacity. Third is courage. I want to be clear, courage is not about being fearless. It's about moving forward even when you're fearful, even when you're scared, even when you're doubting things. When I opened my first real estate company and I started buying rentals and flips, I had no idea what I was doing, but I said yes anyway. When I opened my first brokerage, I was scared as hell to lose everything, but I said yes anyway. When I quit my W-2 job, I had no idea where my next paycheck would come from, but I said yes anyway. When I opened our first group home, I knew nothing about the industry, but I said yes anyway. When I built our first $4.5 million car wash, I didn't even wash my own car. But I said yes anyway. When I stepped on my first stage to speak in front of a crowd, guys, I was petrified. but I said yes anyway. I said yes because courage is contagious. And my mentor always told me, seize opportunity, become the expert later. Guys, every one of you in this room is carrying something. Some type of pain, some scar, some secret, something you hope never comes up at Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, and something that you have buried deep. My question to you would be, what's the pain that you're hiding? What's the failure that you've never forgiven yourself for? What's the moment that almost broke you, but could be the moment that rebuilds you? Guys, the pain that you have survived, it's not your prison. It's your platform. And pain is temporary. It may last a few seconds, a few minutes, a few weeks, months, days, years, but eventually your pain will subside and it will be replaced by something else. The only time pain is not temporary is if we quit or if we give up. Guys, the same pain that tries to bury us is also planting us as a seed. Because your stories, yes, all of your stories, is somebody else's motivation, somebody else's blueprint, somebody else's dreams. Your story is somebody else's survival guide. Now, guys, I want you to hear a message from me to you. If you're ever in a place of pain in your business or your life, I want you to understand that I'm rooting for you even if you can't see me. I'm cheering for all of you even if you can't hear me. I'm praying that you'll experience nothing but wins in your life even if you didn't like my message today, but you better have. Guys, I'm going to ask you a question. Raise your hand in here if you want to build a legacy. Hell yeah, let's go. Keep those hands high if you want to really build a legacy. I can't see them up there, but I think they're raised. Hear what I say. If you want to truly build a legacy, as a leader, you have to be willing to bleed in public so that others can heal in private. That's leadership. That's vision. That's legacy. And that's what we call turning pain into purpose, guys. Now, one day our time is going to run out. And the only thing between those dates is going to be that tiny line, that small thing, that dash. That dash will represent every business that you've built, every person that you've loved, every conversation that you've had, every time that you got back up when you didn't think that you could, every risk, every failure, every win, every time that you've helped your neighbor. That dash will represent every time that you've invested in yourself or your family. That dash will represent your legacy, guys. But it's not about how long the dash is. It's about how deeply you've impacted others, your friends, your family, and society. Let me ask you guys again. What will your dash stand for? Will it say that you played it safe? Or will it scream that you live life full throttle and developed a maxed out mindset? Guys, it's up to you. Guys, lead boldly. Live loud. Love fiercely. And when they tell your story about your dash, please make sure the world knows and understands that your dash meant and stood for something. Guys, my time has ran out. My name's Todd Pultz. Thank you.
Guys, give it up one more time for Todd Pultz.